If I were to look and have told you prior to the season that 2 games into the year, Michigan would rank 74th in the country in rushing offense, averaging 150.5 yards per game, I would guess that would have surprised you and probably everybody.
Yes. 100% I'm surprised by that.
So, again, the first one I heard say this was Jim Costa. Is this a thing or not a thing? 1 year ago, everybody's saying, yeah, great, Michigan can run the ball. But can they throw it? Always take into account that I'm not sure how much we really know about any team that hasn't played a particularly strong schedule. But 1 year later, it's, yeah, they can throw the ball, but can they run it? Given the personnel that they have, I mean, they got NFL guys up there, and they've got a guy who's got back-to-back Joe Moore Award-winning offensive lines with different personnel, and Sharon Moore that coaches the offensive line. I feel like they've got the coach and they've got the people to sort it out.
But Sharon Moore has not been there for the first couple games, correct?
He was there last week. He only missed the first game. So there's that. But the reason why this might be a thing is one of the common theories that's been floated out there is come the end of November when Michigan plays Ohio State puts up the gaudy pass statistics throughout the year, but when you get right down into the dirt and have to battle for the Big Ten title the last couple seasons, Michigan's been able to run the ball down Ohio State's throat. Ohio State threw for a lot of yards these 2 games, but Michigan, won these games double-digit scores. So the question about, is it a thing or not a thing? I think it's absolutely a thing if they never get it going. I suspect that they will. And I'm spitballing a couple ideas as to what's been going on. TCU came at Michigan with a specific game plan. Now, that game plan led to Michigan and JJ throwing for like 400 yards and a bunch of touchdowns, but they made too many catastrophic mistakes along the way, including twice getting inside the 5-yard line and coming away with no points.
It was coming, a lot of it was coming from behind and being down by a deficit to throwing the ball all over the place.
But it also had a lot to do with the defense that TCU was playing. And, we hear that the, stacked boxes against Michigan, okay, but they still, you would think, should be able to run the ball better against the 2 opponents. It got better from week 1 to week 2. I'm pretty confident it's going to get better. I don't think there's anything near a crisis, but it's something that you want to see them up and running during the season at some point, returning to form. Blake Corman's admitted while he's healthy, he's not 100% back just yet. We got to watch this one. It's kind of a week in, week out little subplot. Jim Harbaugh said something on his coach's show this week in between the singing, which was, they categorize runs as explosive plays, which is 10 yards or more, efficient plays, which is 4 to 9 yards, and inefficient plays. They had 18 inefficient run plays against UNLV. That number's way too high. Now, they were able to move the chains anyway because they had guys running open. And Colston Loveland said the defenses that they've been seeing, he's seeing all-man coverage, very few safeties helping out, and that you just got to go make a move and you're open and JJ can get you the ball. Even when guys aren't open, JJ's been fitting the ball into small windows. Again, there's tougher tests ahead for sure. But, I think that – I don't think it's a thing yet, but they need to get the run game going.
I think it's a big nothing lasagna is what I think. I think when you go through the earlier part of this schedule and you're not playing anybody, you don't need to be flashy. You don't need to get the nitty-gritty and do the deep dive and how we're going to beat this team. You can beat this team with the basics, and I think that's what they've been doing is the basics. Statistically, Blake Corman has 25 carries for 153 yards and 4 touchdowns. It's a 6-yard average. That's basically a game's worth, right? Yeah. You would typically see. There's no issue with him running the football. I think maybe the surprising thing is that Donovan Edwards hasn't been able to run yet. However, again, if you're looking at just a basic offense that you're running right now, I wouldn't worry about it. The exciting thing for Michigan fans is that J.J. McCarthy is just on point right now. 87% he's completed his passes this year, the 5 touchdowns, no interceptions, taking care of the ball. He hasn't been sacked yet. they're doing the right things here. Just be slow and steady, and then when the competition starts to ramp up, they'll ramp it up appropriately. But right now, I wouldn't. If I were a Michigan fan, I wouldn't worry at all. You know, you've got the horses. You mentioned the offensive line has NFL talent on it. Clearly, Blake Corum is NFL talent, and so is J.J. McCarthy. So they'll be fine moving forward. But it's maybe slower than they want it to be. Maybe that changes this week and decide, you know what, let's put the pedal to the metal a little bit here. Let's run them up for 250 yards in the game because they can do it anytime they want.